Hi, it's Jane, and we're ready to go through another 3 totes today. Now, I'm thinking this might be a rerun, but it may just be because I was the one putting them in the totes, and that's why I think it might be a rerun. I don't know. But anyway, this one is Magic Glitz, and it is in the number, let's see if I can find a number. Number 22058. Very pretty. And it's got that little bit of the sparkle. Hence the name Magic Glitz. Anyway, that's going in the tote. I have 4 packs. I think these are all the same color. Let me look and see. I believe they're all tornado. Yep. I have 4 packs of the Premier Aurora yarn in the colorway Tornado. I don't know if you can see that. That's got blacks, grays, and a blue in it. I may have to take one out so you can see it, because it is gorgeous yarn. Maybe you can see the blues and everything, smoke in there, a little bit of green. I have done an Afghan because I had ordered 8 packs of these, and with the 4 packs of these I had made an Afghan that went to my son. So there's that. There are 4 packs of that are going into this tote here. Like I said, I don't know if it's a repeat or not, but if it is, we'll just have to deal with it. Then I had a pack from Hirschner's, the worsted 8, and this is some of the baby yarn. It's got a beautiful orange and that yellow, and then the yellow and orange mix. Haven't done anything with this. We'll probably make an Afghan to give away. So then I have I Love This Yarn in Glacier. Just 1 skein of it. I have and here's where we get into an unfinished object. I have 3 of the Be Still here. This is I Love This Yarn. It's one of my favorite colorways. That is going in the tote. And then the unfinished item, and it's in my bag, and it's got about almost the back of this pattern is not complete. There's another full skein in there, which I think I'll just separate that. Put that there, and I am going to put this on top of that, but I've got another partial skein in here, and I believe this pattern was the oh boy, there's a crusty brownie. Oh, I can't think of her name. It's not Sorella. Hard Hook and Home, I think. This was a pattern of hers that is the My Big Comfy Knit Sweater. And that is the back. I'm almost finished with the back. I thought about ripping it out and not finishing it, but I do think I am going to go ahead and finish that. Maybe I should take those out of there and just set them aside to work on those later. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll set it aside in the other room so it can be worked on later. Do have to download the pattern again. I don't know what I did with the pattern. Normally I put the pattern right there with the thing. I know at one point I had decided that I was not going to do it. I was going to just not finish it and let it ride. And so apparently I've changed my mind again. Isn't that about right? Then I have one skein of I Love This Yarn in the color Paint Party. It's a real pretty color. That'll go in the tote. I have one in the, another one of the Blossomopolis. Should probably put that in with that other tote. So I'll set that aside. And then I have a Red Heart Super Saver in Primary Stripes. So that is going in there. That I will probably use for a hat later on. I also have a Premier Coffee Shop in the color Steel. And this color, I had gotten several of these. I think I got two. No, maybe it was one full pack. But I know I got a pack of 3 of them. And my son had wanted a shawl, a pocket shawl, made for a friend of his. So I made that for him and sent that off. And that is all I have left of that. And I don't think they even make that color anymore, to be honest. I have 5 Karen Latte Cakes in the color Horizon Blue. So that will go into the tote. Get those out of there. That's the thing, when I am packing, I don't always recognize the, you know, the yarns that I've done, the yarns that I haven't. So that's why I say this may be a rerun. I may have already shown you this at one time. I don't think I have, but you never know. Alright, I have one skein, and I got this at the Hobby Lobby clearance sale at one point, of the Yarn Bee Dazzling, and that is in the color Lucky You. I have, and I love these 2 colorways. And I got, at that same time, Yarn Bee Juliet Honeysuckle Meadow. I got 3 of those. And I know that I had set those aside to do some hats and most likely some scarves or something. Or maybe a cowl. Then I have Yarn Bee, and I'm going to drop that. Yarn Bee Katarina, and this is in the color Tango Topia. I have 4 of those, so I've got to get the other one and get it in here with this tote. So let me pause you, and I will get the next round ready so we can get into it. Well, we're ready to get into the next tote. Next tote has a nice variety, and what I think is interesting is I named it Variegated Yarns. There are 3 of the I Love This Yarn. No, maybe 4. Yep, 4 of the I Love This Yarn in the Meadow Dance colorway. That is one of those beautiful colorways, and I did enjoy that color. I've made a couple of things for the kiddos with those with Prayer Shawl Ministry. I have one partial skein of Star Brights by Red Heart, and that is going in the tote. It looks like I have just a partial of Daydreamer left, so that is going in the tote as well. This is a yarn I was thinking about the other day, and I could not remember what they called it for the life of me. And this is one of those I Love This Yarn Stonewash, but this is in Deep Violet, The other was in like a ruby tone. So, and I don't know the name of that colorway, so may never know the name. And then I've got two and a partial, it feels like, of the Craft Smarts purple flowers. Those are some real pretty yarns. It's probably enough there to do a hat and maybe a partial scarf. I do have a partial skein, no, it's a full skein, of the I Love This Yarn in print, and the color is Lollipop Love. Isn't that a pretty color? And I can guarantee you I got all of these when they were quite on sale because I'm cheap. I know me, I'm cheap. Then I've got 4 of the Yarn Bee Glowing in the Mariposa. Nope, that's not it. Mariposa Prairie. Got 4 of those. Now I have 3 skeins, and I'm not sure if this one, yeah, there are 3 full skeins of the Karen Simply Soft in the color Sunflower Dogwood. These I got at Ollie's a long time ago. They're the Karen Jumbo Cakes. That's got that pretty rusty color, kind of peachy in it, and then like an off-white. And I have made a shawl with that, and it came out very nice. I have 2 Karen Jumbos in the color Baby Rainbow. There are 2 of those. And I got these at Joann's. They had marked them down to $1.97 each. Thomas and I were in there one time, and the gal had said, "I'm surprised you don't pick those up. Do you want them or not?" And I said to her, "Well, I hadn't looked at the price. Don't know if I want them or not." She told me the price. I said, "Well, put them in the basket." You know, it's kind of how I roll sometimes. I only have 1 skein of this, which is I Love This Yarn. It is a print in the color Cobblestone. That is a gorgeous print. Gorgeous color. I don't even know if they still make that or not. I hope they do. Then I have a Stitch Studio Classic in the color Cream Speck. And that's can go a lot of places, you know. I have 2 Craft Smarts in the color Surf. So those are going into that tote there. I have 1 skein of the I Love This Yarn print in the green turquoise red. And hopefully someday all those other totes I've already shown you, I'll be able to gather them and put them together. I have 2 cakes of the, I think it's a Burnett Pop. Yep, Burnett Pop in the color Paisley Pop. And I had decided I was going to do the Aurora shawl in it. I mean, it's a project that's ready to go once I find time to get it. I do have 2 skeins of the Aurora in the color Woodland. That's a beautiful little skein. 2 skeins there. I have 1 of the Mandela in that purple color, Chai. And that's missing its partners too. How about that? I have a partial skein of something. I don't know what that is. I believe that is a Hobby Lobby print. So, just don't know the colorway. Didn't keep the tags. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes I miss the tags. I have 2 skeins of the Hopscotch by Red Heart in the color Bicycle. So that will go into that tote. I'm sitting here thinking, how am I going to fit the rest of this in here? I have 2 skeins of the Premier Vanna White in Forest. I have one of the Charisma Chunky in Deep Woods. And this was part of Coach Mel's crochet club. It is her rounded wavy shawl. And there are 4 skeins of Sunset Nights. This is the Lion brand in the color Valley. There are 4 of those in this. And, you know, it included beautiful shawl pin. Let me show you that shawl pin. That is stunning, that shawl pin. So yeah, gorgeous. Just haven't gotten around to making it. So hopefully that'll be something for wherever I land next, you know, to start working on. Let me put this back in there. And this little tin had a little couple of stitch markers in it. Has the L and then a little horse in it. And then there's one more thing in here that I'm not sure what I was planning on doing with, why I chose to keep it, but maybe I was planning on keeping it for some other project. It is one of the DK colors, and it is a partial of the color Cool Breeze. I don't even know if they make that anymore. Would have to look and see, maybe get a couple more so I can do something with that. Or maybe when I get my baby yarns out, I'll just roll those all up together. Who knows? All right, let me pause you and get the next box ready. All right, this tote is labeled Blues, and boy, do I have a lot of fun to play with these yarns. I have in Craft Smart in the color Reef. I know I've shown this before in another tote. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 skeins. Oh, apparently I like that color a whole lot because I just kept getting it. So yeah, there are 9 skeins in there of that. I do have one, I love this yarn in the color Country Blue. I am going to put that aside to go with the other blue tote as well. I do have a bag of some of the value that you buy 1 pound. I have no clue what this is. Most likely, from the looks of it, it's either a Red Heart or a Karen. Some kind of light blue, maybe Delft blue, I don't know. Kind of looks like Delft blue. I actually have 2 of those. So those are going in the tote. I do have one Classic Studio in the color Navy. That is going in there. I have one Classic Studio in the color Medium Blue. I think I'm going to put that over there for the tote as well, for the other blanket. I have a 1 pounder that I am sure is Caron Simply Soft, probably light blue, pale blue. Doesn't have the tag. I got that at Scraps and Skeins, I'm sure. I have 3 skeins of light periwinkle in Red Heart, so that is going in the tote. I do have 4 skeins of the Red Heart Super Saver in the color Blue Fleck. So I have 4 of those, so that's going in this tote as well. No, I have 5 of those. Sorry about that, I have 5. So those are going in the tote as well. There is 1 Impeccable in the color Aqua, so that is going in the tote. And there is 1 skein left, no, 2 skeins left. Get the other one. This one, I have no clue what it is, but I'm going to put that in the blanket for the blues. And then there's 1 in Royal, so that's going into the tote. And that is it for this tote series, for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be going through a few more in the near future. But I think I'm done for today. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little run through some of my totes. I will be bringing you a few more totes along the way, just when I get to them. Alright guys, see you guys soon. Remember, be kind to one another. And don't let those donkeys and elephants drive us apart too far. Alright, see you guys soon. Bye. Hi, it's Jane. Now, I am filming this separately. I've got another 3 totes to go through, so I thought we would go through them. I'm filming this separately and wearing the same clothes, so I do apologize for that, but that's the way things happen sometimes. In this tote, they are all green yarns, or some variety of green. So there is 1 Stitch Studio, just green, that's what it's called. There is a value pack 1 pound acrylic yarn, and as you can see, it is a dark green, so that is going in the tote. I have a package of, let me get these out. This is an interesting choice of green though. This is Vanna's Choice. It is in the color Orion Blue. It's not really a green, but I have a 3-pack of that, so that is going in there as well. And you know, sometimes I had colors that had to just go in. I have 1 big skein, it's a partial skein, of the We Love Yarn Mega Ball, and this is a color green. It's color 405. I have 1 partial of a Mega Ball. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the smaller ones. So that is all going in there together. I have got such an interesting array. I have 2 skeins of Red Heart yarn in Desert Camo. That is going in there. I have 1 Red Heart in Green Tones. It's a partial skein. That is going in there as well. I have 1 of soft green in the Stitch Studio Classic. I have I want to say this is NACO. This is Hirschner's worsted weight. I don't know if it has a color. Colored emerald green. Just heavy, that one ball. So that is going in there. I have a odd colored green. I don't know what this is, but I'm sure it's a red heart. Feels like it. Have another one of red heart that's an odd color, but feels like red heart. So that is going in there. Oops, I take that back. I have more of that Hirschner's. I have 2 more of that Hirschner's, so I have 3 of the Hirschner's in the emerald green. So let me get those in there. I have 2 Crestland, the Creative Fiber worsted weight, and this comes from Roses, and it is in the color avocado, and those were 97 cents. Look at that, 97 cents. Boy, that was a long time ago. Those are going in the tote as well. Then I have, and I'm pretty sure these are the same thing. Well, maybe, yeah, they are the same thing. This is Coates & Clark Promise. It is in the color Kelly Green. And that is the way that it used to come before they became Red Heart. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So those are going in there. Now I have a partial skein of Craft Smart in the color Sage. That will go in the tote as well. There we go. And I have 1 in Glowworm, Red Heart Glowworm. So that'll go in the tote. Now this one is not a green, but it got in this bag, so I'm sure the reason I put it in there is because I didn't have anywhere else to slap it. This is a Vanna's Choice in the color Gray Marl. So that's got some gray. It really looks like flecks, if you ask me. So that is going in that tote there. Now these 2, well, no, there's only one of this one. Let me do this one first then. I have 2 loops and threads in Soft Classic in the color doesn't have a name. Does this one? Says VS 120. That's a green, so it's going in the tote. Now this one is a skein of I Love This yarn, and this is in the color Dark Olive. I had a couple of skeins, and I think I have a couple more over there of this. But this is some of that yarn that the Diet Coke with ginger spilled on it, and it changed the color. I will most likely use that in a blanket. You know, that color problem, that doesn't bother me a bit. So then I have 1 I Love This yarn in Emerald Pine. I have I have 6 skeins of I Love This yarn in the color Japanese Fields. I think this is one of the more beautiful colors. It's got some pinks in it, the whites, and the different shades of green. I have 6 of those. No, I have 7. 7 of those, sorry. So those are going in the tote, if I can get them over there. And then I did find one more small skein of yarn, and it is another one of those. We love this yarn in the emerald color, whatever that color number is. So that is that tote. So let me get the next tote ready and we'll get to looking into it. Apparently one of my favorite colors is green. I have 7 skeins of the Super Saver in the spring green. That is one of my favorite colors. So there are 7. So let me get those in the tote. I guess that's 7. It's 4. 5, 6, 7. Now I have, it looks like 1. I don't see any others in here. I have one of the Frosty Green by Red Heart. So that will go in there next. Next to those. I have a, I'm pretty sure that's a reef, but I'm not positive. But that's going in the tote. That was probably most likely, since the band has a mark of it of $1, scraps and skeins. Then I have 2 skeins of medium thyme. And let me grab that other. I have a skein that has escaped. So let me grab it. I take that back. I have two of the Frosty Thyme. And I have another one of the medium thyme. So that's going in there. I have 1 skein of Red Heart in light sage. And then I have another one from I Love This Yarn, and it is called Limelight. So that's going in the tote. And then I also have another, what looks like spring green. So I have 8 spring greens. That's a bunch of spring greens. I take that back. It looks like I have another Frosty Green. I do have another Frosty Green. So that will go with its counterparts. So there are 3 Frosty skeins in there. There are this is Premier Basic. There is 1 full skein of the Forest Green and a partial skein of the Forest Green. And those are going in that tote as well. Let's see if I can fit them down in there a little bit better. I can get you down in there. I can get you right there. Now we're ready to fill the top. I have 2 I Love This Yarn in the color Forest. So those are going in the tote. I have a bag of this is Mary Maxim. Mary Maxim worsted value, and it looks like that color is avocado, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 skeins. No, 4 skeins in there, in this bag. I believe this was a bag of yarn that someone gave me, because their mother had quit crocheting, something like that. I have a bag of Impeccable that has 3 of the citron in it. I also have a bag of the factory mill ends. Don't know. These appear to be, I'm not sure what they are, what brand they are, but they are the dark green and they have flecks in it, white flecks. That may have been one of those, you know, where they had done one of the yarns that they recycled with the plastic bottles, you know, that says there's 6 in it. Maybe, maybe not. Then I have 1 skein of Craft Smart mint. So that is going in that tote. And let me get that last tote for us to look at ready, and then we'll get into it. Now this next tote is going to be a kind of interesting mix, and you'll see why once I get it out. Because I had a lot of Crochet Society boxes, so I've put those boxes into, just put them straight into the boxes in there as well. This is one of those where she sent a water bottle in it, and of course there's the hook. Let me pull the hook out. Actually, I'm going to leave the hook in there. With some stuffing and some orange and yellow yarn. And of course the booklet had a little bit of a, if I remember correctly, it was a amigurumi. You either could do a lion or something like that. And it had the water bottle in it, which I still have in here. Have not gotten into a lot of the Crochet Societies. I don't always care for the projects that they do. So, yeah, what I do is, until something hits me and strikes my fancy, then I put my boxes in a tote. And that is what I've done. That is something that I have sat and thought, I probably do need to go through these and see what I'm willing, you know, to get rid of or to use, whatever. This one, there was the real pretty blue and green yarns, and of course it had a hook, and then it had all these little foam hexagon shapes in it, and had the hook. Of course the hook's still in there. So that is going back into the tote. I thought it might be fun to go through and look through some of these, you know, just for grins and giggles. And this tote, I've also put in a lot of different things in it as well as just those items. This Crochet Society had the gray. It had a tan color, had 2 cream, had a mint color and a pink color, and then had the hook, of course, like normal, and then it had a small little pouch. And I've just kept those all together because I don't know what I want to do with them yet. So those are just going to go back into the box. for another day. Another day in the neighborhood whenever I choose to decide to go into that Crochet Society box. And I had gotten them because Knit Crate was stopping and they'd gotten so expensive, and these were fairly decent prices. They weren't too bad, and I knew that she did a lot of amigurumi, and at the time I thought I want to learn some amigurumi. So, you know, get a little crazy and choose the Crochet Society. Now this one had this real pretty cotton cakes in that clear, and then it had the one that had the purples. Very beautiful. It also, of course, came with the hook. Came with the Crochet Society box, you know. Also came with a row counting bracelet, and it also came with a pair of snips. So I've just kept these all together so that when I get in that round to decide to start working with those, you know, everything that's needed will be right there with it. Okay, come on in there. Let's get in the box. Sometimes I wonder how they even got this, how they even got it in the box. And there's stuffing in there as well. If I remember correctly, the pattern was a, let's say like a crocheted flower. That's what comes to mind. There's 2 more boxes in here. This one came with the planner. It also came with 2 lovely little skeins of cotton soft candy, and that is in the color Blossom. It's real pretty shades of pinks and purples, blues, and the hook, of course. And I just never got that out and ready to use. So 1 more box to go, and then we'll get into those side yarns I've got in there, and some other things that are in the totes themselves. Because the other yarns are partials, and I believe some of them actually did come out of another one of the boxes. I threw away one of the boxes a long time ago. Do I know which one it is? Of course not. This is Bella Coco's Crochet Convection Candy Stripes DK. Colors Peaches and Cream, and there are 3 in there. Of course, there is the crochet hook as well, and you know, the booklet and all of that. I do like the way that they packaged them up. They were very nice. But I've kind of gotten away from subscription boxes. A lot of that, I've gotten away from it because there's so much more out there, you know, and why do we limit ourselves to just certain yarns? So I'm kind of doing away with that kind of mentality of having to have a subscription box, you know, things that everybody else had. This is a worsted weight baby yarn, and this is in the color Raindrops. I did make a baby sweater out of that. These 3 skeins were also in the one of the boxes that I took out of, and this is the Color Rush DK There was one in the shade Dust Storm. There was one in the shade of Velvet Ice, those purples and blues. And then there was one in the shade of, let me find it, Waterfall. Now the one that was in the Waterfall is a used ball because I did use it to make a baby sweater with. You know, all those babies that we were expecting in our church, so that's where some of those went. I do have one partial skein of warm brown and one partial skein of buff that are going in here, and those are both by Red Heart. Then I have two partial skeins of some green yarn, imagine that. And one of those, I believe this is Frosty Green. No, this is Honeydew. In Honeydew. And then this one, I have no clue what that is. What flavor, what brand, whatever. So that is going in there. I also had a brown. This is probably Cafe Latte, who knows. That's going in there. Now I will show you some of the things that I had in it. I have this that was sitting in the tote, and it has different beads, pony beads, you know, crystal beads, hearts, crosses, letters. Those I use when I am making different things for Operation Christmas Child. So those had gone in the tote so that they could be kept together. I had this lovely little pouch that I got from Sandy of Crochet A's sister when she was making those. I don't know if she still makes those or not. But that's one of my favorite to put a cake in. I have a bunch of centers for flowers or pinwheels or something in here. I use these to put on to fidget mats, fidget gloves, fidget hand warmers, those kind of things for the patients who have dementia. I was packing some stuff up and I needed a place to put some of this cord. This is Value Pack Cording by Bead Landing. So that just went on in there as well. And that is that tote. So that is it for this round of the series of the tote. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am putting check marks on the boxes as I go through so I know which ones I've looked at, which ones I haven't done for the video. Some of these may have been a repeat, and if they were, I do apologize for that. But, you know, sometimes you can't help things like that. So yeah, that is it for this series. Not this series, but for this video in the series. I do have quite a few more totes. I've got, well, I'm not going to do the fabric totes. I have fabric totes in there as well, but I'm just going to do the yarn totes. So I have a couple more to do, a couple more videos, and then I'll be done with the yarn. I think you've seen all the other ones. I'll have to double check to make sure. But, yeah, that's it. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm having fun showing it off. And remember, let's not let the donkeys and the elephants make us crazy or mean towards each other. I'll see you again soon. Bye.